guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be doing a tutorial on a look that I did on yesterday, and I was like, why haven't I done a tutorial on something that's really simple and really easy, and something I do pretty much whenever I'm just chilling or whenever I just go to the grocery store or visit with some friend girls. I like to do this really easy, simple look with only using concealer and powder and a little bit of blush, of course. This look is really simple, especially if you're not really into liquid foundations or cream foundations and you just work with a powder most of the time. This look should be really easy for you to achieve. So ladies, if you want to see how I got this really easy, simple look with just using powder and a little bit of under eye concealer, you know what to do. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so first we're going to start by moisturizing our skin, and today I'll be using the MAC Studio Moisture Fix, and it has an SPF of 15 in it. I love moisturizers that come with a sunscreen protection in it, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that on first. Okay, because I'm using a powder today and not a liquid foundation, although it is important to moisturize and prime your face before applying any cosmetic products to your face, it is very important to apply a moisturizer and a primer to your face when you're using a foundation powder, because you don't want to go looking dry throughout the day while wearing your powder foundation. So next, I'm going to be priming my face with the MAC Skin Base Primer. And I'm going to put it on like I did my lotion all over. Okay, now that we have our moisturizer and our primer on, I'm then going to move on to brows while I let all of that primer and moisturizer soak into my skin and get my skin ready for the powder foundation today. Okay, today for my brows, I'm going to be using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Chocolate. And I will be applying this product with an angled brush. Alright, so before we apply the product, guys, we're going to brush our brows out, of course, to get them in place. I need a brow wax as usual. So yeah, we're just going to fill it in. And you don't want to use too much product because you want a natural brow. So just use a little bit of product, because this is a very dark chocolate color and you don't want your brows too dark. I pretty much tend to stay in the arch of the brow when I'm filling it in. I don't really fill it in towards the front because I do want it to be a natural finish. Alright, now that we're done filling them in, I'm then going to go back and highlight underneath my brows with a little bit of concealer. I'll be using the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the pot in the shade NC45. With the same angle brush, just clean it off. Alright, after you've outlined your brows and dragged the product down a little bit, looking like a halo brow, I'm then gonna buff it out with my blending brush so that it can look like a naturally highlighted brow. So just blend out that concealer really good. I like to use my fingers and a blending brush. My finger tends to smooth out the product a little bit better. Once you gotten that concealer blended out really nicely and your primer and your moisturizer is sinking into your skin and absorbing, you're then going to apply your powder. So I'll be using MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder in the shade Dark. And this powder is not a foundation powder. It is a mineralized skin finish powder. It can be used on top of liquid foundation and it can be worn by itself, but it's not a foundation powder. It doesn't have a lot of coverage in it like a foundation powder would. It's really sheer and really natural looking. That's why I like to wear it on my off days or when I'm just going to the grocery store, because it's super sheer and it's super lightweight. If you're interested in getting a foundation powder, I suggest just going by a counter or a cosmetic store and asking about a foundation powder. But the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder is not a foundation powder, it's a skin finish. Alright, so I'm gonna just apply that with a powder brush all over my face. And again, once you've already applied a primer and a moisturizer, it just helps the powder to sit on the skin better. And it gives it an even finish when you have on a moisturizer and a primer. I'm gonna put it all over my face. I tend to go crazy when I'm only wearing a powder, so yeah. I put it over my eyelids too, just to buff out that concealer color so that it won't be so highlighted underneath my brow, because this is a really supernatural look. So I go over my eyelids to buff out that under eye concealer color. Little bit more, darlings, because again, this is a skin finish. It's not a foundation powder, so it doesn't have as much coverage as a foundation powder would. So that's why I'm using a little bit more than you would if you were using a foundation powder. Yup. I love this stuff. I'm addicted. Okay, I think I have enough on, guys, so I'm gonna cut it right here with the powder. Alright, now I'm gonna move on to my under eye concealer. This concealer is by Too Faced Cosmetics. It's called Born This Way, and I have it in the shade Deep Tan. And I'm just going to apply it to my under eyes, just to give it a little bit of highlight. Just a little bit, not a lot. And then I'm gonna put it on my Cupid's bow, just because around my mouth area is a little bit dark. Not everybody has that problem, but I just like to do it because my mouth area is darker than some of the areas of my face. I'm not gonna do the bridge of my nose today because I just want to do something really simple, quick, and easy. So I'm just gonna do my under eyes and around my mouth. You can skip this part if you don't have the same issue as me. And I'm gonna just buff it out with my beauty blender. Okay, now that my concealer is applied to my face, I'm then going to go back with my Mineralized Skin Finish Powder by MAC again. And I'm just going to go around the perimeter of my face, and I'm going to set my under eyes with it as well. And my mouth. Usually I set my under eye concealer with a translucent powder, but because this is a really fast, quick phase, just to go out to the grocery store or to go see a friend and it's not that serious that day, I'm just gonna set it with my Mineralized Skin Finish Powder. And when you go to set it, make sure you're patting that powder into the skin and not rubbing, because then you'll create lines in your concealer. So just pat it underneath your eyes to set it. And this Mineralized Skin Finish Powder is a nice powder to set your concealer with because it's super sheer and it's super lightweight. It's not a heavy powder, so it's not going to look blotchy or cakey. Okay, now that I've set my concealer with my Mineralized Skin Finish Powder, I'm then going to apply some blush and a little bit of highlights and a little bit of contour powder. Not a lot, just a little bit, because again, this is a grocery store, go out with your friends for lunch type of look. So first I'm gonna apply my blush, and of course I'll be applying Burnt Pepper from my palette. This blush is by MAC Cosmetics and it's called Burnt Pepper. I built this palette at a MAC store. If you're wondering how I got it in a palette like this, I did it at a MAC store, but you could build a palette like this online if you like. Alright, now I'm going to apply a little bit of contour. This contour kit is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's a powder contour kit, and I'll be applying the shade Espresso to the... And I'm going to just take a little bit and put it in the hollows of my cheeks. Again, not a lot, just a little. And you can skip this part if you don't contour. I just do. And then I want to apply a little bit of highlight. It's also by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's her glow kit in That Glow. And I'm going to be using the two shades Golden Bronze and Dripping in Gold. And I'm going to just put it on the highest point of my cheeks. And on the tip of my nose, and my Cupid's bow. Again, you can skip that part if you don't want to highlight your face. Next, I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes. And you can apply some to the top, but I'm going to apply false lashes first. So if you don't wear false lashes, you can apply some mascara to the top. But I'm going to apply some natural false lashes. Alright, so now I'm going to apply some lipstick. I'll be applying some liquid lipstick. This lipstick is by ColourPop Cosmetics. It's called More Better. If you don't like liquid lipsticks or matte finishes, you can do whatever you like, a lip gloss or a lipstick. I'm going to wear a liquid lipstick today because they tend to not come off throughout the day, and I like to have a lipstick on pretty much all day when I'm going with a natural face. So yeah, I'm going to apply this. It's a pretty pink color. Alright girls, and this look is completed. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope it was really simple for you guys to achieve. Please don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye!